Yeah, because we're going to talk for a minute.
You're live.
Welcome everyone.
Well, hello.
To this edition of Game
Ledger.
Most noticeably, you'll notice that we're here.
Yes.
All of us.
Instead of
Not here.
not here. At the movie theater.
Yep.
Watching the most epic of all movies that has ever been released. I'm just saying.
Well. We're here and not watching a movie.
And not watching Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yep.
Like every other geek in the world.
Everyone else.
Well, every other geek saw it last night. But...
Yeah, well, we've got Nick the Gamer. Nick the Gamer.
Welcome back, Nick the Gamer.
Hello.
This is Gamer Roman, otherwise known as Romanclature or Romanator. Or
Romanclature was a good snappy one.
It was, actually.
Romanator too, also.
I was proud of myself on that one. And Joe Vance.
Welcome.
Alright, so let's start with the most exciting news. They released the demo of Puzzles & Dragons Super Mario Edition on the 3DS eShop.
Yep.
And I played the crap out of it last night.
So how is it?
Freaking amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. It is so much fun. Like, the base game is fun, but throwing Mario on top of it is a crap ton of fun.
So what does Mario do?
So Mario's
what does it bring to the game?
Well, besides having like interacting with, another
Yeah.
way of experiencing the Mario mythos, but they allow you to capture like Bowser's Koopas and stuff like that and actually use them on your team.
Cool.
Which is a lot of fun. The orbs that you're moving around are all like firepower, stars, stuff like that, which is really cool. My favorite part about the game, though, and they only released a small demo, so you don't actually get to experience it all. You don't pick your own team. They have your teams already all set for you. You can't capture more monsters or anything like that. But I thought it was really cool that they do have the different types of power-ups that Mario can have as different leaders in the game. So if you guys have ever played Puzzle & Dragons, you have hero dragons, hero monsters that have special abilities. Those have become Mario and Luigi and Peach. In the demo, you only have Mario and Luigi, but you do like normal Mario, increases your attack by 3 when you do a combo of 4 or greater. Super Mario increases the attack of all of your water attacks by 5. It's really cool how they've tied it all together. Cool. And instead of in the game where you're just playing random dungeons, you're actually doing multiple matches in a row. Mm-hmm. So you're kind of moving across the overworld like a Super Mario game overworld, but instead of like choosing, you pick one, and then you have 7 battles inside of that one world. That ends with a boss. And most of the bosses are really recognizable characters, like the Piranha Plant, stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be addicted. They didn't release a demo for the Puzzle & Dragons Z, which is the RPG version where you like actually run around in the world. It's very, very similar to Pokemon, actually.
Interesting.
But instead of being Pokemon battles, obviously, it's Match 3. I was really hoping that they would release a demo for that, because that's the side of the game that I'm more excited for. Mm-hmm. But the Super Mario version is a lot of fun as well. Cool. So, yeah, if you guys have a 3DS, definitely go download the demo. It's an enjoyable experience.
Very cool.
So, other news. Do you want to talk about Silent Hill?
Yeah. So, there's a petition to complete Silent Hills. Since the news that Kojima and Konami parted ways and the Silent Hills project was officially canceled, a lot of fans have come together and started an online petition to try to get the game actually made, finish production on it. I think when I checked about an hour ago, there was about 12,000 signatures.
Right on.
And so, but it kind of brings up the discussion of, does that even matter? Like,
right.
Do petitions
do anything?
Can they do anything?
But if you look at the petition that happened for GTA 5 in Australia, that worked. They got it pulled out.
Yeah, but that was Australia.
Yeah, that was Australia.
My biggest concern with it is it's a Silent Hill game owned by Konami.
Gamer Girl 3456. Sorry,
3456.
got dyslexia there for a second. Just joined us. Welcome, Gamer Girl.
Yeah.
We love having. I'm assuming you're a girl. We love having girls on the show.
Welcome. Welcome.
It's like we were talking earlier, though, Colt. I think the more effective way for that to actually happen is if we can convince Konami to do a Kickstarter campaign. I think that game would be funded literally in hours.
I think so, too. I think it would be immediate. I think there's a big gap in the horror genre. I mean, the last big horror game that came out we had was Evil Within.
Yeah, and that was kind
and
of...
it sucks, right?
I didn't like it.
It wasn't very fun.
I was really looking forward to it, but it just felt like a...
All of a sudden, the Mario sound.
That
was a follower.
All right.
For Gamer Girl?
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, we ready?
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Gamer Girl
3, 4, 5, 6.
I thought we were just going to do the Gamer Girl.
Yes.
Sorry.
I had to look down.
I felt like I should be tap dancing or something.
You should have. Do some jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
Nick,
Yeah,
Nick
I mean...
the Gamer's back, and so was Hug Poops.
Hugh Poops.
Hugh Poops.
Hugh Poops.
The topic tonight is Lovecraftian themes in gaming. And we're going to talk a little... We're going to go into that pretty good, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean...
about
we'll get there. It's going to be a really interesting discussion, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Konami actually can, from a legal standpoint, make the game without... sorry, I meant Kojima.
Yeah.
If Kojima can make the game from a legal standpoint without Konami, then I think the best route would be a Kickstarter campaign.
I think the best thing that could happen if it was going to happen is that Kojima and Del Toro
approach Sony.
Yeah, approach Sony, get them to back it, but make a game that's not a Silent Hill game. Continue what they were doing with Silent Hills, with their vision, whatever they had for it. But they'd have to do it, I think, without the Silent Hill title. It would just have to be a standalone horror game.
Right. Well, I mean, it could be Quiet Hills.
It could be Quiet Knolls.
Yeah, it could be.
But,
Or Lonely Mountains.
Lonely Mountains.
Well, what I found in fantasy is
with a dragon.
PT. That demo was awesome.
Yes, and it's gone forever now. Which is it kind of brings up a whole new topic. People are selling their PlayStation 4s with the PT installed on it for
they're trying
an insane amount of money on eBay.
I was looking on eBay. There was no bids on it.
Yeah, there were no bids, but people are trying to.
Yeah, they're trying.
So.
And I think...
It's not the Flappy Bird.
And everybody's jumping on it, and there's just tons of crap on there. I don't think anything will happen. Luckily, I have the PT demo downloaded, so I get to experience it.
You should make a copy and give it to me. You can copy.
Do you do that?
You can. Yeah.
Anyway, not on news. We saw...
So Gamer Girl says she likes numbers, and that's why she has the 3, 4, 5, 6 at the end of her name.
I like numbers too.
Well, I'm good at math, so...
And Petronilla says you have an awesome shirt.
I know, isn't that sweet?
So you'll take an awesome...
Bam. It is One Up Fridays, so... I'm wearing my
So
awesome
you're not wearing
shirt.
your Time Lord shirt. You had a Time Lord shirt on earlier.
Well, I know. I had to wear my awesome shirt for the stream. I've worn the Time Lord shirt on the stream before, haven't I? I'll wear it next time. No, next time I'm wearing my... It's a secret. Never mind. I can't tell you.
Okay.
Can't tell you what shirt I'm wearing next time, but tune in.
Secrets are no fun.
Secrets hurt someone.
Bam!
It's a parent
Office.
thing.
Office
And an
quote.
office thing, yes.
From a prostitute, or a stripper, actually, sorry.
So, as
That's
a
a stripper quote for you. Stripper quote.
So, as a huge
I
Silent
only
Hill
watch
fan,
wholesome shows.
I have no hopes that anything will happen with what PT was going to be.
Right.
I think we'll eventually have another game in the franchise. It will be nothing like what Kojima and Del Toro were going to do with it. Mm-hmm. And I think it'll just be another mediocre game in the series. I was really excited for Silent Hills because it looked like the most promising thing in the franchise since Silent Hill 2.
Right.
And I'm disappointed. It's a tough blow.
Well, and I think that brings up a whole nother discussion of these games that continue to have series, their series continue to go on. Like, I was specifically thinking Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Without something drastically changing, like attaching someone like Kojima to the series, or
a fresh set of eyes,
set of eyes on it. I think they're gonna wither.
Yeah,
and I kind of think that's what's happening with Resident Evil now, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they did kind of come back a little bit with Revelations 2. It was kind of a back to basics type of Resident Evil game without all the focus on the action, but more of the you know.
And then there was that whole Operation Raccoon City game
Yeah,
or
and that was
something. I don't even know
more of
what
a
that was.
multiplayer experiment. So
That failed.
yeah, it wasn't that great.
We also wanted to talk really briefly
Yeah,
about Batfleck.
yeah. Let's talk about Batfleck. So the new suit,
Batfleck.
the new suit was revealed. I think it looks awesome.
It does, and like we were talking earlier, I think it looks a lot like the Arkham City Batman suit.
Yeah, specifically the Arkham Origins prototype
Yeah,
suit.
yeah. This suit
So-
exactly. It looks exactly like this.
I mean, can we see that? How's that look? So it has, especially in like the utility belt. Obviously, the logo on his chest is inspired by the Dark Knight Returns comic.
Yeah, right.
But just the gray and the black, and then that very basic utility belt is not bright yellow. It's not gaudy or anything like that. Okay.
Which I'm really excited for. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm excited because all we've seen on screen are black bat suits, other than the George Clooney nipple suits that have like silver accents and stuff.
And the
we
red.
don't.
Yeah,
We don't talk about those.
we don't talk about those.
You know, so we've seen a lot of black. You know, we've got the classic Keaton
Yeah,
bat suit. Hold on.
which you have, of course. It's time to show off Colt's gaming collection.
So we've got the classic.
Show and tell
Classic
today.
Keaton suit, very
And I
black,
forgot.
This
black
is
and
the-
yellow.
yeah.
I mean, this was the first incarnation of the Batman on screen.
Yes, this is the show and tell section of the
And
show.
then we obviously went into the very awesome and very utilitarian Christian Bale
Yes.
era Batsuit.
Yeah, which I think is my favorite.
And I like that because it showed an evolution of the Batsuit throughout those
Yeah.
films.
Which you guys can't see. Maybe we can turn the camera and show them the
Yeah.
awesome bat shrine.
Should we show them the Bat Shrine?
Yeah,
I just have a
think
question,
we should.
Matt.
What?
Do you bleed?
Okay, so keep it.
I bleed.
Because I have a band-aid.
I'd fall upon the thorns of life and bleed.
I'm
Okay,
speechless.
so
You got me.
You have to talk
It's
real
Percy
loud.
Blythe
Hold on.
Shelley.
Okay, go ahead.
all right, so here's kind of my Bat Shrine. So we've got the posters and some very cool stuff over here. We've got a few. There's kind of a glare on it, but a lot of Batman-related items over on these shelves. So there we go.
Which is awesome. We get to see it every night when we stream.
Every night.
We feel lucky.
So yeah, and I think we're going to start doing something on the show where
Yeah.
we will show off more of the collectibles and stuff down here.
So
Yeah, we
show-
should definitely have a show and tell section.
have
Yeah.
show and tell day.
Because I mean, just really hand me that. Your collectible figure of Toon Link.
Yeah,
Is,
I found that the other day.
which is new and awesome,
yeah,
right? I mean, obviously Wind Waker.
I love the Wind Waker Zelda.
So with the shield.
I found Mario and Luigi for my little boys,
Did you?
and they were really excited. And then that was sitting on the show. I was like, you know what? I'm getting it.
That is awesome.
So
Sweet. Anyway, you can put that back. Thank you.
so yeah.
No.
Okay, so moving on from Batfleck. What else? Oh, Casey Jones.
Casey Jones.
So I'm a huge Turtles fan, obviously, and I
couldn't tell, Cole.
Yeah,
No, I don't see it.
Yeah.
a lot of disappointment with the
First one. With Michael Bay's first movie.
Yeah.
With
the
So many-
Michael Bay produced
So many explosions.
TMNT. Well, not only, the explosions
Michael
were
Bay.
fine. The action in it was
Well,
fine.
the turtles look stupid.
The turtles looked stupid. The storytelling was weak, and
And they made
they made a
April
lot of-
O'Neil kind of, I don't know.
well, they went for sex appeal,
Yeah, they did.
and then Shredder.
Which is fine. I mean, like I'm fine with Black Widow, but Black Widow is a very strong character.
Yeah, she
and
makes up
they
for it.
kind of made April O'Neil just like, oh, these random things keep happening to me.
Well, she was a vapid
Yeah,
face. with
Exactly.
boobs. That's all it was.
Do you know why we fall down? Do it in the Bat voice. Can you say it in the Bat voice?
But it's his father that says that.
I know, but do it anyway.
So now I'm laughing.
Do it.
Do it, Colt. Do
So we learned to pick ourselves back up.
I want to get the Bat voice at least once a stream.
Where's the trigger?
We need to record you and Bat Boys and have quotes, so we'll just play them throughout the show.
Bam.
Just have a sound box.
Sound box, definitely.
just your Batman impressions.
So I'm excited for Casey Jones because it's Stephen Amell.
Yeah, Stephen Amell,
Oliver Queen,
Oliver
Arrow.
Queen.
He's awesome.
He's awesome.
He's awesome. He is awesome.
No, you're not.
And,
Don't lie. Do you guys know that song?
I am excited
Oh.
because I think he's going to bring some
Okay.
serious acting
Well,
chops
yeah.
to the show,
Yeah,
which was missing from the first movie.
exactly. I mean, there's so many things wrong with the first one. I saw it once when it first came out of the theater just furious about it, and I ranted and raved to my wife for quite a while about it, telling her everything that was wrong with it and why it was such a stupid movie. But then I took my kids to it later, and I mean, that's what it's made for. It's a kid movie. I mean, they loved it. They didn't care about all the origins and stuff like that.
Right.
And so seeing it from their point of view, I kind of softened a little bit on it.
This is good.
But it is a small victory that my boys call them the zombie turtles. Because that's
Yeah,
what they look
that's-
like.
yeah,
they
they
don't
do.
look like the Ninja Turtles.
Exactly.
Like, they're the zombie turtles.
Yeah.
And I think that's
And
funny.
I thought the turtles kind of have a sense of humor about them. At least the turtles that I know. I know the original comics were kind of serious, but the turtles from the cartoons that I grew up with, they had a sense of humor about them, and I just felt like the humor in that movie was too slapstick
Yeah.
and not intelligent enough.
Yeah, it wasn't clever. I think I honestly the best turtle movie was the first one that was made back in 1990.
Secret of the Ooze, or is that the sequel?
No, that was the sequel.
That's a sequel.
The 1991. I mean, it stayed very true to the comics. A lot of themes from the original comics were in there, but it also had the fun of the cartoon series.
Right.
Yeah. And sadly, we haven't really seen anything good. Even though the animated film that they made in 2007 was really good.
Well, and they have
really
the
liked that
animated series that's out now.
Oh, yeah, the Nickelodeon series
awesome.
is amazing. It's amazing.
They should get those people to work on the movie.
They should.
So we have a new person in chat, Sergeant Sledgehammer.
All right.
Sledgeham, sorry.
Sledgeham.
It's
I
Sergeant,
threw the
I was like SGTS. I'm like, what does that
Sergeant
say?
Sledgeham.
Sergeant
Welcome to the
Sledgeham.
stream.
Are you
welcome.
honey glazed?
No.
He's a sledgeham.
Well, ham.
He's a
It's honey-
sledgeham.
Honey glazed ham? You guys don't...
But he's a sledgeham.
I know what a honey glazed ham
I
is.
know, but you're making me hungry for turkey. It's Thanksgiving.
Why are you hungry for turkey when we're talking about
Well, because my
ham?
mom makes an awesome ham for Thanksgiving, which eats a turkey, and then Thanksgiving comes out the end. I don't know.
We're going to come back to that later.
I think Roman might need a timeout.
Yeah.
Well, I left.
Roman,
We need to have a timeout corner
Yes.
for Roman.
we do. Just turn your chair around,
Well,
please.
I left my home right when my mom was making chili rellenos, and I was like, I'm hungry. I'm like, showtime.
Thanks, Mom.
You should have brought some for us.
Yeah.
Well, they weren't done yet.
Well, next time you're bringing tamales.
And I've still yet to see
I'll
you
bring food if you want me to watch a
fulfill-
patio fight.
Where's
in your
the
house tomorrow.
tacos?
Yeah, when you came on board, you promised us Taco Tuesdays. I've yet to see it,
I've yet to see it as well.
so
I'll bring you
everything
enchiladas
is
tomorrow.
not awesome.
Everything is not awesome.
Everything's
Although
not.
I am awesome.
Yes, and your shirt.
Okay, was that all the news?
I think so.
Have you guys
something
talked about the World of Warcraft movie being pushed back?
We're going to talk about that later.
Later.
Yeah, well,
We'll talk about it later when we talk about that as it relates to our topic.
yeah, for sure. Okay, let's jump into this. I'm
yes,
excited.
let's jump in. So, for the opening, we're going to introduce you guys to
So yeah,
the theme
I've
through
been,
this specific.
yeah, I've been playing a lot of Bloodborne, and what I've come to realize about it is it has a lot of Lovecraftian themes in
Name
it.
of the book.
So
Many people don't know this. Actually,
Also,
it's
take
kind of
one
it's
back.
surprising to me how many people don't know this. But a lot of people know the word Lovecraftian.
but they don't know where it comes.
They don't
from.
know where it comes from. It comes from H.P. Lovecraft, who was an author. He lived in 1830s,
Something like he was a contemporary of Edgar Allan Poe.
kind of a contemporary.
Kind of around that.
Edgar Allan Poe influenced him.
Yes,
But-
a horror writer.
Yeah, he is a horror writer.
But-
and for my money, I would rather read a Lovecraft story than a Poe story.
Well, it's much more interesting. You know, it's very
more psychological. Although
More
Poe,
psychological.
Poe does do a lot of psychological stuff.
Yeah, but it's also very concerned with human irrelevance. You know, it's all about cosmic forces at play and the minusculity of humankind.
Right.
I mean, we don't matter in H.P. Lovecraft's universe.
Exactly.
I mean, it's all about the old ones, the great
Yeah,
cosmic gods.
the elder gods.
You know, and it's really interesting, kind of creepy stuff. It deals a lot with sanity, and you know, like he talks in a lot of his stories about how if humans were to catch a glimpse of the reality, that their minds would
Explode.
basically,
Yeah.
I mean, degrade to the point of
Yeah.
See, I haven't really read the full H.P. Lovecraft story. I've read parts and bits here and there through classes and stuff. But at school, they mostly just focus on Poe. Which makes me sad.
Wait on. You read Lovecraft in school?
Yeah, I've had teachers.
Interesting.
I like
that
that.
is very
Like
interesting.
sections,
That's very
and
cool.
then we'll have to write something about it.
Just really quick to address something in chat.
Yeah.
My wife bought it for me at JCPenney.
Very cool.
If you're talking about my shirt, if you're talking about the Twitch shirt, he bought
This
it on
one?
Twitch, and
That you can't get no more. So,
Yeah.
ha.
And this is a Magic Wolf original.
I love Magic
Stand
Wolf
up. I want to see
originals.
it. Show me in all its glory.
All right.
We haven't had Magic Wolf on
For-
chat for
Yeah,
a
he hasn't
while.
even been in chat for a while. So
We had him on. That's
Sweet.
yeah, it's the Bioshock.
deep diver, in,
Suit.
businessed up.
That would be the best review
Nice.
ever.
So, what's that?
You didn't show
Oh
chat.
yeah, sorry guys.
He showed Roman, but not.
Can you imagine walking in?
Am I
Who
in?
made it?
There we go.
So my brother made this shirt. He's
Magic
an artist.
Wolf.
He does a lot of good stuff, but he's known in our chat as a regular as Magic Wolf.
Yes, and we had him on the show once.
Yeah,
And
he
it
joined
was
us for
so
a Mortal
much fun.
Kombat discussion. It was a lot of fun. We did elbow combat.
We did do elbow combat. That day.
Siéntate,
Sit
siéntate.
down.
Jeez,
The director's telling you to
You
sit.
can't hear it, but you can't see yourself because you're cut off right here.
Tell me to stand up, then yell at me to sit down.
Make up your mind.
Jeez.
So anyway, yes, you're playing Bloodborne.
Yeah. One quick thing though that might help a lot of people out is Lovecraftian. The Lovecraftian theme is usually better known as the Cthulhu mythos.
Yes,
And it comes from his short story, The Call of Cthulhu, which
Yes.
Cthulhu is one of the old gods, one of the...
which quite honestly is probably the most perfectly crafted horror story ever written.
Yeah, it's a very good story.
It rivals anything that I don't know.
Yeah.
I Poe's really good. I'm not trying to knock Poe, but
Poe's great.
the Call of Cthulhu is so psychologically
You know,
racking.
what I like about both of them is they deal with such different themes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're both very good at what they do,
Yeah.
but they're so different. Even though they're both horror,
Yeah.
it's different, and it's
Realms
interesting.
of horror?
Yeah, totally different realms.
Yeah. Exactly.
So, okay, well, let's jump in. This is a boss fight that I had in Bloodborne, and we'll see a little bit of...
You know how I learned by playing Bloodborne? I'm a terrible gamer. Haven't got past the first boss yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sergeant Sledgeham's never been here.
No.
I would have remembered such an awesome
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, Sergeant Sledgeham. Okay, so we'll see in here. I'm going up to a boss fight, but I start out playing in online mode, and then there's a problem with the server, so it boots me out to the main screen, and then it goes back in. So that's kind of
Right on.
what happens. You'll notice they changed
so-
the load screen.
They did.
It used to just say Bloodborne on it, but now they've added what they do in Dark Souls. Where they have item,
So it's
Yeah.
not just
Which
that
is cool.
forever black.
and it's quicker
Yeah,
load times.
that weight.
So before,
Okay, so here's a good example.
yes,
I mean, that's very
Cthulhu.
that's very Lovecraftian.
Okay, so tell us about what's going on in this fight. Is this the boss?
That's not the boss.
Okay. Do you fight that guy?
I haven't yet. I've seen there's tons of these things around.
Okay.
I haven't found one. I'm not quite sure this is even the right clip. I'm sorry, guys.
Fast
Let's
forward.
go back and
Or not.
let's do this one. This is the clip that follows right after the boss fight, the one that we were just showing.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's my mistake.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll jump back into it here.
So
but yeah, I mean
this is the
that's
legit
a good thing to show what we're talking about. I mean
Yeah,
that's
it's very.
that's Lovecraft.
The tentacles always get me.
Yeah. And what's cool about this game is through the first half of the game, you don't see those things. They're invisible. The only way you know they're there is in certain spots of the game. They'll reach out and grab you with their cosmic
So those are the
hands,
things that
Yeah.
things that grab you.
and they squeeze your character,
Interesting.
send you into a frenzy, which is a status element, And if you don't have a high enough resistance, it'll kill you. But they squeeze you, drop you, but you never see them. It's just weird stuff going on. And then you get to a certain point in the game, and they become visible because shit's going down, basically.
Right.
So,
Well, I love it when that happens in games.
but yeah, I'm really digging this game.
Right on.
I love the Dark Souls series, but this is much more horror focused, and I love it. Okay, so this is the build up, and again, you'll see it boot me out to the main title screen, but we'll see a few little monsters here and there. I've cleared most of this area out and unlocked the shortcuts and stuff, so it's a pretty quick path to the boss. We'll get to see a cool visceral attack, which does tons of high damage.
Ouch.
And what's cool about this game is some of the bosses can be attacked like that.
Hey, we just got a follower. Was
Cool.
it Sergeant Sledgeham?
Who did we get?
Who was it?
Awesome.
So I just rang a beckoning bell, which is a
I'll give a countdown.
multiplayer element. you ring that, and if there's other players, they can join in your game to help you. So I'm trying to summon someone to come help me out with this boss fight that I've been having trouble with.
Oh, that's cool.
So, yeah. And there's a similar mechanic in the Dark Souls game, but in Dark Souls, you summon other characters by finding their summon sign, usually located outside of a boss room. So it just kicked me out because the server was being wonky.
Okay. We're going to do it?
What are we doing?
We can do it now. Okay,
cool.
ready?
Uno,
Sledgehammer.
dos,
This is for you,
Tres.
Sergeant Sledgehammer.
Okay, 1. Okay, go ahead. Do your...
uno,
Now we're doing it.
dos, tres.
Sergeant
Sledgehammer!
Sledgehammer! You didn't say Sergeant!
Sergeant Sledgehammer.
Gosh, I feel like you have to do the Batman voice.
Welcome.
Yes! Thank you for following.
Yes.
We
I'm glad to
appreciate
have
you.
We love all of our followers.
We
We
do.
haven't seen Riley one.
Yeah, he jumped in on Tuesday for just a little
He
bit.
did.
Just a short
Well, he
moment.
probably heard us say that we weren't doing it tonight, so he's
He's
expecting
like,
us
"Oh."
tomorrow.
Yeah, he's expecting us tomorrow. So
Oh.
sorry, Riley 1.
You have missed out.
Okay, let's jump back in here. So, I'm kind of goofing around here because I saw this chain. It looked like it was kind of hiding a hidden door, and so I was trying to figure out if that was anything. It's not, so.
It's not, but that's a cool weapon you got there.
Yeah, I mean, all the weapons in here are called trick weapons. They have 2 forms of attack. So this is the saw cleaver, and it's in its extended form.
Nice.
So there. So
Now it's
I
in
just
its
folded it
normal.
up. It's like a switchblade saw cleaver thing.
Sweet.
When I go into the boss fight, I'll switch to what they call the Tonitrus weapon, and it's like a mace that has an electrical.
Yeah, we saw a little
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
earlier.
you saw it right at the beginning. And I use that in the boss fight because it's effective against the boss I'm fighting.
So kind of talk to us a little bit about what's going on in the game right now, like the
You know,
story-wise.
It's really hard to explain because it's so piecemeal how
Okay.
they put the story together. And this is cool. This is a very Lovecraftian thing. I just jumped into a lake
Yeah.
and it transports me here. So
Interesting.
essentially, I'm under the lake, but on
Is
top
this
of
the boss?
This is the boss.
Oh, and it's spiders.
Yeah. So
You
if
didn't tell me it was
if you're little-
spiders. It could have been nice to know. It's okay. It's gonna be fine.
What's funny about this boss fight is I've been having trouble with this for a long time, and I finally just wasted this boss. But as I landed the finishing blow on the boss, one of these stupid little spiders attacked me and killed me.
No,
at
you
the
were
same
supposed
time.
to save that. You were supposed to say it out loud.
Spoiler alert.
Oh well.
It's gonna be less awesome now.
It's still awesome.
It's still awesome, just less awesome.
Just less
But like
awesome.
I should uncheck my shirt.
Alright, so we'll just be quiet and let him watch
I
the
was
boss
just
fight.
quiet. So quiet. How long
Watch
does the boss fight take?
Watch my skills. It's actually not too long.
Interesting.
There's my blood echoes.
Which are stains where you died before.
Yes. And,
For people who don't know this game.
yep.
What does that do to you?
Reclaim your blood echoes are the in-game currency, and so if you die, you lose all your blood echoes unless you can reclaim your blood stain. Then
That-
you get them all back.
This is a very creepy looking spider.
It is. It's almost like it almost looks like a tick.
It's like a caterpillar spider tick morph thingy.
It's disturbing.
His name
in
is
some
Rom,
ways.
the vacuous spider. So, and then he teleports. And so you got to figure out where he is because he'll summon a bunch of other little spiders.
I like how they drop.
And that's the real threat
From
of this boss
nowhere.
fight, are those stupid things. Now he'll start doing some arcane attacks on me.
So, okay, we just saw a ghost type looking.
Yeah, so that was another player who's doing the same thing I'm doing, fighting in this boss fight. And
Okay, but
it's,
not helping you.
Not helping me, just in their own game.
That's a cool aspect.
You know, a lot of people in our chat have things with spiders. Wasn't it Riley 1?
Yeah.
Didn't Riley 1 get, like, shoot a
Oh, yeah.
shotgun at his
No,
door
a
to
20
kill a spider?
it was a
or something?
22 rifle.
22?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
I feel you. I don't like spiders either. I will say this though: the spiders, the way they've represented the spiders, they're not quite as creepy because they're kind of look more like crabs
Yeah, a little bit. They
than
kinda have that.
actual spiders.
This reminds me of the old Is It Ages movie when they go to another planet to fight the insects.
Starship Troopers?
There we go. So that's what it reminds me of. Those are good movies. I remember watching those as a kid.
Which was written by the same guy that wrote Stranger in a Strange Land.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
The book.
You're right.
He wrote both of them, Robert Heinlein.
That spider's having a seizure.
Well, he's frenzied. because he's getting low on health, and so starts attacking, and it's super dangerous to get hit by
Getting
it.
the GBs. So
I haven't really been touched at all
yeah.
in this game. My weapon's at risk, so I have to switch over to a different weapon. And then these stupid little ones. I mean, look, see how much health that took off me?
Yes.
Is this where you make it, or
Yeah.
A lot of dodging in this game.
Yes.
And you can just walk on water.
Yep. So prey slaughtered and I died all at the same time. But the game still gave me the kill.
That's awesome.
So I didn't have to go back and do the boss fight all over again.
That's awesome.
You guys don't know that song. It makes me sad.
some more to this video?
Yeah, there's a little bit more. So we'll just kind of let it play for a bit.
Hashtag thug life.
Hashtag thug life.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite Jimmy Fallon clips. Is when him and
Justin Timberlake
are
hashtags.
hashtag blessed.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Hashtag love my way.
It so reminds me of Starship Troopers.
Okay, so my meter up there.
He
it's
kind of looked like a
filling.
Big Daddy with like the eyes and everything.
Well, he's a fly. He's a big fly.
I know, but he looked
Thing.
like a Big Daddy
A little
from
bit, yeah.
Bioshock.
A little bit.
The coloring and everything, it just kind of struck me as maybe not.
So yeah, so I died. Now I'm going back to where the boss fight was just to see if I actually completed what I was supposed to.
This is really interesting. The transition there.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean,
Just floating in the water.
so I'm looking for my blood stain because I killed the boss. I want those blood echoes.
Yeah.
Oh, you killed it, but you didn't.
But he died at the same
I
time.
killed it, claimed all the blood echoes, but because I died, I lost everything. So now I'm going back to reclaim them, as you'll see right there.
Got it.
So there we go. And then this thing is new.
Okay. Blood Moon.
Suspense.
So that's the video clip.
Okay, until next time.
Then the blood moon comes. Everything goes in. The entire world goes into a super frenzy. All the enemies are harder. They start respawning, and those false god things that we saw in the beginning of the first clip are now visible, meddling.
Interesting.
And so my theory is that this whole population they go on beast hunts. You're a hunter. There's other hunters out in the world, and they go on beast hunts nightly because there's some type of bloodborne plague that's infecting the land and stuff like that. And so my theory is that these false gods are driving everybody into a frenzy and somehow making that the plague affect people.
So that in and of itself is
That's
Lovecraftian.
Yeah, I mean, that's
that's the Cthulhu mythos in a nutshell.
That's what reminds me of the Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah. So let's talk about that for a little bit. So this game's obviously heavily influenced by Lovecraft.
Yeah, and I was pleasantly surprised by that.
So one of the things that I find so fascinating about Lovecraft, and the reason why I was surprised when you said someone had made you read it in school, is because he's kind of neglected in literature. He's not. If they're going to make you read a Gothic writer, it's not going to be Lovecraft. It's going to be Poe. And so it's kind of gaming culture has really taken this somewhat lesser known author and incorporated so many of his ideas that it's really fascinating to me because we don't see a lot of games inspired by Poe.
Right, we don't.
Or really any other any other author to the effect that we do Lovecraft, which I think is interesting in and of itself, but also in the sense of what are the themes that gamers are dealing with in their everyday life, and we're experiencing in these games that we're saying, okay, obviously there's something about Lovecraft that we want to explore, because almost every new game that comes out, or there's some sort of reference to Lovecraft in it.
Yeah.
Specifically, the big one for me, I look like Wolverine.
Where's your paws when you need them?
Is WoW. You know, the old gods in WoW are pretty much based on Lovecraft's mythos. Mm-hmm. You know, you got Yogg-Saron up in Northrend. You've got even Cthulhu in... I can never remember how to say that one, but it's the Arachnequa or something. Anyway.
And, you know, he has a very particular vocabulary with all
he does.
And, you know, and going back to Bloodborne real quick, you see a lot of that. Like, there's a place that you go to in the game that's called Yahar'gul, the Unseen Village. I mean, that's a very Lovecraftian type of name, you know.
Yeah.
So a lot of very, you know, guttural pronunciations and stuff.
Yeah. And I mean, even Cthulhu, it's such a different sounding word. Mm-hmm. It's not a word like you're going to run into this, you know.
Right.
It's very specific. Mm. And for you guys that don't know, the god Cthulhu, as he is described in Lovecraft's story, is...
Can we bring up a picture of him?
Can we find a picture of him? That'd be great.
I think some people cite Cthulhu.
It's the octopus-faced monster that you see a lot of.
Yeah, you may have heard...
that's the best.
That's a good point, Roman. You may have heard it pronounced
Cthulhu.
Yeah, but that's not the way it is. It's Cthulhu.
Cthulhu. Yep.
Or you could have seen it on South Park. They had a series on Cthulhu, which was pretty fun.
Yeah. So see, there's some really good representation.
Yeah, this is him.
And there's even in Evolve. There's the Kraken.
The Kraken.
That monster. It's very it's based on
itself,
Cthulhu.
The Kraken itself, the design that, like, even in Pirates of the Caribbean,